Next on Worcester News tonight, another step taken to bring hockey back to the city. A look at an important vote that took place today. And the force is unleashed. Fans from the area prepare for the latest Star Wars movie to hit the big screen. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. We begin tonight with a unanimous vote in favor of bringing professional hockey back to Worcester. The Civic Center Commission supporting the application for a team from the East Coast Hockey League. It's a move that has area hockey fans excited, especially after the Worcester Sharks left. Our Tim McCone has the details.
Score! Haley in front!
Professional hockey takes another step closer to returning to the city Thursday as City Manager Ed Augustus announces the Civic Center Commission's support of the application for an East Coast League team to Worcester.
It creates a sense of civic pride having these athletic teams. We see the great success with the Bravehearts, and to have the winter sports option in hockey, I think makes a lot of sense.
The Worcester Sharks left the city for San Jose at the end of last season. This proposal would bring a hockey team back for the 2017-2018 season.
I think it's great. I think people love hockey. Hey, it helps the DCU Center, fill the seats, and hopefully it can be successful, and this asks people to come out and support it.
The Sharks were an AHL team. The new ownership group, led by Cliff Rucker, is looking to start an expansion ECHL team in the city, which is a level below the American Hockey League. Still, Chamber of Commerce CEO Tim Murray says any professional hockey would be a huge win for Worcester.
And talking to our chamber member businesses and others, they know when the hockey's playing in town. The restaurants, the bars, the hotels all see impacts because of it. So to have that 40 dates committed, plus hopefully some playoff games, is a plus.
The ECHL Board of Governors is set to meet in February to review applications.
We feel like there's a strong case to be made, and everything that they would be looking for will be in the package that's presented to them.
Tim McCone, Worcester News Tonight.
Now, the plan at this point is for the team, if it does come to Worcester, to come for the 2017 season. Well, it is the day Star Wars fans have been waiting for. Tonight, The Force Awakens as the latest Star Wars movie hits theaters. There's a lot of anticipation and some security measures for the movie's opening night. And here in central Massachusetts, fans couldn't wait to get to the theater to see it. 7 o'clock was the first showing.
We got the tickets in October, 20th of October.
Getting tickets wasn't enough. Many were in line early to get a good seat for the latest Star Wars movie.
It's built a lot of anticipation, so we're looking forward to it.
With such a large crowd, the theater was busy and fully staffed. And while a few dressed up for the show, there were no lightsabers or masks allowed, just some of the security measures to make sure fans enjoy the movie.
He's got a lot of the Lego sets. I grew up watching the movies, and so we're both pretty big fans of it.
Who's your favorite character?
I've got to say Darth Vader.
Just toss it in the air. And if opening night is any indication, it could be a record-setting weekend at the box office as fans of all ages head to the theater for Star Wars.
Who doesn't like Princess Leia? And then, of course, you love the Ewoks. They're cute when you're a little girl, so I remember that one and like that one the best.
Advanced ticket sales for the movie have already surpassed $100 million. Well, 2 people killed in a fire earlier this week has firefighters warning homeowners about fire safety. Our Olivia Lemon explains why they're stressing the importance of working smoke detectors.
We have not been able to drive that message home to the extent where people see it as something that's absolutely necessary.
Make sure you have working smoke detectors. It's a simple but important message Worcester Deputy Fire Chief John Sullivan is trying to send after 2 elderly people were killed in a fire this week on Burncoat Street. Sullivan says the Burncoat home had no smoke detectors.
Everybody has the sadness involved in a fire death, no matter what it is, but when you know it could be prevented, that's especially troublesome.
Sullivan says older homes may not have smoke detectors because they were built before the law required them to be installed.
For short money, you can have that one piece of equipment in your home that's going to give you a chance, that will give you that early notification.
Sullivan says the department has a program for low-income elderly people where firefighters will come to your home and install smoke detectors for free.
Whether that's a free smoke detector or just advise you If you don't fall into the criteria of the program, at least you'll have the knowledge that you need of what to get and where to put it.
Sullivan says with the winter months approaching, it's important to make sure your home has smoke detectors and, of course, make sure they work.
This is the time where we see more frequent fires because, you know, in order to have a fire, you have to put two things together. You have to put the fuel and the heat source together. And unfortunately, during the winter time, we just have more opportunity for that.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
5 more central Massachusetts towns signed a community compact with the governor's administration. Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito was in Grafton this morning for the signing. Sutton, Charlton, Oxford, Uxbridge, and Grafton joined the community compact. This allows a community to implement a best practice and receive state support. Polito says it helping with the town's best practice, the partnership helps the state better understand residents' needs.
Massachusetts great everywhere. That means all 351 cities and towns have to be prepared for success. That means great schools, safe neighborhoods, and lots of jobs, good jobs. And through the Community Compact program and through these best practices, we can help prepare these communities for success, which is one of the major initiatives of our administration.
Each community compact runs for 2 years. The findings of a Worcester school safety audit are getting mixed reactions from some educators. School committee members applauded what they called a complete and thorough report, but it calls for more than $5 million in safety improvements. Some feel the price tag isn't feasible right now for the school department.
As I indicated, and as the report indicated, it really has to be a community effort as we go forward with looking at safety issues that are concerning 44 schools in Worcester.
It's a very comprehensive report. So we'll be looking, I have a committee established to be looking at specifically at the recommendations of this report and be able to provide some recommendations to the school committee on how to implement some of the recommendations that have been identified in this report.
The committee was scheduled to discuss the report at tonight's meeting. Worcester Public School leaders joined Worcester State University staff for a panel on lifting opportunities for boys in Worcester. The symposium looked at issues affecting Latinos and other urban populations, focusing on youth. The panel shared research about males in underrepresented groups. Panel members say performing below standards is an issue for boys in the Worcester community.
What we're trying to do is to get to the root issues of why boys and young men are underperforming, whether it be high school graduation rates, college enrollment, college completion, employment, access to advanced degrees, graduate degrees. So in all these different factors that we're looking at, health and well-being, boys and men are underperforming.
This is the culmination of research through Worcester State University's Latino Education Institute, the Boston Foundation, and Clark University. Another perfect score for Worcester in its efforts to be an inclusive city for the LGBTQ community. The Human Rights Commission released its Municipal Equality Index Thursday. According to the organization, Worcester earned the perfect score because the city has policies which go above and beyond state and federal protections.
We want to be a city that's inclusive of everyone. That makes everyone feel welcome and feels at home, and that everybody is respected for their inherent dignity as a person.
400 cities are surveyed by the commission. Worcester was one of 47 to earn a top score. Leicester police still looking for a man who stole 4 tires from a car earlier this week while the owner was asleep. The couple say this is how the car looked Tuesday morning. It happened on Main Street. And at first they didn't realize the tireless car was being held up by soda carriers.
Such a safe neighborhood. I mean, we're 2 minutes from the police department. It was kind of crazy to me that that would happen here. I mean, we don't feel unsafe at all, but right now I'm feeling a little bit violated, like somebody just came and stole our property.
It's a bummer, but I mean, my wife and I are thankful that it wasn't the whole car or damage to the whole entire car. So at least it was just the tires.
The tires police are looking for came off a 2015 Honda Fit. They don't have any